Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Saya, Herlina Dewi Lestari, Magister Pendidikan, merupakan salah satu dosen di Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Fakultas Pendidikan Ilmu Sosial dan Humaniora, IKIP Budi Utomo Malang. Selama masa pengabdian saya sebagai dosen, saya telah menjalankan kewajiban yang dirangkum dalam Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi, meliputi pengajaran, penelitian, dan pengabdian pada masyarakat. Saya berpengalaman mengajar beberapa mata kuliah yang saya ampu, yaitu English Essay Writing, Scientific Writing, Paragraph Writing, Advanced Speaking, Basic Speaking, Entrepreneurship in ELP, dan Micro Teaching. Melalui video ini, saya berkesempatan untuk memaparkan bagaimana saya mengajar salah satu mata kuliah yang saya ampu, yaitu English Essay Writing. Pemaparan ini akan saya sampaikan menggunakan rumusan DIA, Delivery, Interaction, dan Assessment. Delivery merupakan metode penyampaian materi atau informasi yang saya gunakan dalam proses pembelajaran. Interaction menjelaskan strategi yang saya gunakan dalam membangun interaksi selama di kelas. Assessment adalah jenis penilaian yang saya gunakan untuk mengukur ketercapaian tujuan pembelajaran. Mata kuliah English Essay Writing ini merupakan salah satu mata kuliah wajib di Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris IKIP Budi Utomo. Mata kuliah ini diharapkan mampu melatih mahasiswa untuk menyampaikan pemikirannya melalui penulisan berbagai jenis esai berbahasa Inggris. Pada mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa berlatih menulis esai yang baik berdasarkan pembagian gagasan logis, urutan kejadian atau chronological order, hubungan sebab akibat atau cause effect, serta pemaparan persamaan dan perbedaan atau comparison and contrast. Selama mengikuti mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa dilatih untuk membuat garis besar atau outlining, membuat draft atau drafting, serta mendiskusikan dan merevisi draft tersebut. Di akhir semester, mahasiswa akan memiliki portofolio esai-esai berbahasa Inggris yang telah ditulis selama 1 semester. Materi yang didiskusikan pada mata kuliah English Essay Writing ini meliputi the definition and the structure of an essay, the introductory paragraph of an essay, the body paragraphs, the concluding paragraph, process essay, cause effect essay, dan comparison and contrast essay. Sistem pembelajaran pada mata kuliah ini adalah 14 kali pertemuan tatap muka, 1 kali UTS, dan 1 kali UAS. Pembelajaran yang saya lakukan juga dibantu dengan penggunaan LMS Edlink sebagai sarana pembagian materi pembelajaran, pengumpulan tugas, pengisian presensi, serta pemberian feedback dan nilai. Variasi model dan metode yang diterapkan untuk menyampaikan materi dan menstimulasi terciptanya interaksi pembelajaran antara lain small group discussion, class discussion, work in pair, discovery or inquiry, cooperative learning, contextual instruction, dan project-based learning, yaitu individual portfolio. Keberagaman penerapan model pembelajaran yang fokus pada pendekatan student-centered learning merupakan perwujudan kesepahaman saya atas prinsip dari ahli fisika Benjamin Franklin yang berbunyi, beritahu aku dan aku melupakannya, ajari aku dan aku mengingat, libatkan aku dan aku belajar. So, saya berharap mahasiswa akan menguasai materi yang didiskusikan dalam mata kuliah English Essay Writing dengan baik jika mereka terlibat secara penuh dalam proses penemuan informasi dan menerapkannya. Variasi juga saya berikan pada penggunaan media pembelajaran dalam mata kuliah English Essay Writing. Saya menunjang proses delivery dan interaction di kelas menggunakan media, paper and whiteboard, video, PowerPoint, laptop, dan LCD projector. Bentuk penilaian yang digunakan untuk mengukur ketercapaian tujuan pembelajaran dalam mata kuliah English Essay Writing berbentuk tes berupa UTS dan UAS, dan non-tes berupa group discussion result, presentation, dan individual writing portfolio. Kriteria penilaian yang digunakan fokus pada penguasaan materi dan ketepatan kompetensi yang dicapai. Bobot penilaian yang saya terapkan untuk mencapai kompetensi mahasiswa adalah sebagai berikut. UAS sebesar 20%, UTS sebesar 15%, tugas sebesar 40%, dan kehadiran sebesar 25%. Berikut ini adalah tayangan video pengajaran yang saya lakukan ketika mengampu mata kuliah English Essay Writing. Video ini merupakan tayangan pertemuan ke-13 dari mata kuliah ini yang fokus mendiskusikan materi Comparison and Contrast Essay. Selamat menyaksikan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How is your life today? Great, excellent. So, are you ready for today's class?
Yes.
Sure, okay. First of all, before we start our class, I would like to ask Andre to lead the class to pray together.
Let's pray together. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Andre. So, and I would like to ask you, who is absent today? Who is Jomima and Rifki? What happened to them? Sick. Okay. Okay, let me take note on those who are not here today. All right. Are you ready to start the class?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So last night I reminded you that I uploaded the materials for today's on a link, right? Have you downloaded it? Okay, and then the next question is, have you read the materials?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So today's agenda, as you can see on the screen here, is comparison and contrast essay. This is the last type of essay that you will learn in this semester. Okay, so for the learning goals of today's meeting, there are 3 of them. Okay, the first one, the students are able to identify comparison and contrast essay and also the structure. Okay, the first paragraph itu apa namanya, and then the next paragraph apa namanya, that's the structure of the essay. Kemudian, then the second one, the students are able to identify point by organization. And then the third one is the students are able to identify block organization essay. So class, are you ready to start the lesson?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got you a picture consisting on a chart, yeah, as you can see on your paper. It is a chart. Now this one. What do you think about this chart? Is it?
Music chart.
Okay. Who are they? Do you know who are they? Christina Aguilera and also Britney Spears.
Yes.
Singers, right?
Yeah.
Word-known singers, yeah. And then, as you can see below each name of the singer, you can see several indicators, yeah, and also the numbers over there, and also the title of the song and album and etc. So if I ask you to write a comparison and contrast essay, what will you write about that?
The most famous song.
Okay, which one is the more famous one, the song, and also what else? Monthly listeners who got more listeners ya per monthnya, and then what else? Yeah, you can explain, you can compare those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6 elements over there between the two singers. Yeah, kurang lebih seperti itu. That's the picture of how you write a comparison and contrast essay. Yeah, and then you also got this one. Okay, behind the picture you will find a text, yeah, a comparison and contrast essay about the picture, about the chart before here, and I want you all to identify, okay, to identify the part of the essay. Okay, for example, paragraph 1, what is it? What part is it? Okay, and then okay, I'll give you a little time, yeah, a little time to scanning, yeah. We just scan the text, paragraph. What do you think paragraph 1 is? What is the name? Introduction, right. And then what about the second paragraph? I'll give you time to scan also. What do you think about the second paragraph? What is it? Body, right. And then what about the next paragraph? The third paragraph here. Also the body, right. And then what about the fourth paragraph? Conclusion, right. So I see that you've read your materials, and then you can also identify the parts or the structure of a comparison and contrast. Right. Okay, now this is the organization of comparison and contrast essay. Jadi comparison and contrast essay itu bisa ditulis atau dijabarkan melalui dua organisasi. Yang pertama itu namanya point by point method, and then the one itu block method. How to differentiate between the two methods? Does anybody knows? Ada nggak kira-kira yang tahu? Bedanya apa? Di mana menuliskan point by point method sama block method? Okay, I'll help you. So point by point method, it means that you write the essay based on certain point. Ya, misalkan mau di tulisan itu mau dibuat dari angle apa, poin apa, itu Anda bisa mencari beberapa poin yang bisa dibandingkan antara kedua objeknya itu yang akan mau ditulis di essay-nya. Kemudian setelah itu baru paragraf pertama, misalkan introduction, and then the second paragraph will talk about point A. Nah, and then the difference you compare between the two objects, ya. And then paragraph 3 about point 2, like that, ya, and so on. Sampai mau berapa poin, mem? Bolehnya terserah, bebas. At least 3 lah ya. Kalau kita ngomongin tentang essay di level universitas, you should be more comprehensive to write the essay, ya. So, and then the block method. Is anybody knows how do you write a comparison and contrast essay using block method? Kalau block method lebih simple lagi, teman-teman. Kalau yang block method itu berarti ya sudah satu paragraf, you compare Misalkan fokus pada comparing-nya saja, mencari similarities-nya dulu. And then the next paragraph will talk about the differences. Udah gitu aja kalau blog seperti itu. Oke, ya paham ya. And then please take a look on text A and text B that are distributed to you. And identify which one uses point by point and block method. Itu tugas teman-teman ya. Di instruction itu to identify apakah text A menggunakan point by point method and apakah text B menggunakan point by point or method. Nah, untuk tahu caranya, tahu nggak kira-kira? Untuk tahu apakah dia menggunakan metode yang mana, tahu nggak kira-kira caranya? Oke, diidentifikasi dulu paragrafnya, teman-teman. Oke, so you should identify first paragraf 1 di teks A. Oke, fokus ke teks A dulu ya, kita ya. Teks A, paragraf 1-nya ditulis di situ. Kira-kira paragraf 1 itu part apa? Introduction, right? Let me show you the text ya. Text A, we talk about organic farming and conventional farming. So we compare between the two farmings. Okay. So the first one, the farming industry is a crucial sector in providing food for the population. Okay, bla bla bla. We scan. Oke, di situ terus disebutkan ada organic farming is bla bla bla, and then the next one conventional farming bla bla bla. Berarti kan menyebutkan introduction ya tentang topik yang mau dibahas di essay tersebut. So the first paragraph should be introduction, right? What about the second paragraph? Okay. That's body ya, body part 1. Oke, part pertama dari body itu berarti ngomongin apa itu? What is the paragraph talking about? Okay, so yeah, it compares the two farmings ya in terms of their impact on their environment. Very good. And then what else? The next paragraph. Body also. And then what is the paragraph 3 talking about?
Nutritional value.
Okay, so the nutritional value of crops, nanti hasil dari kedua farmingnya itu nutritional value-nya itu seperti apa? Berbeda atau tidak? Itu dibahas di situ. Kemudian the fourth paragraph, right? It's talking about the cost of the farm. Which one is expensive or which one is cheaper, ya? Okay. Kemudian next paragraph. Okay, it's talking about the difference between the two farmings in terms of the use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides in conventional farming, dan ini organic farming juga. Oke, kemudian yang the last paragraph. Ya, tentu saja kan di situ ada tulisannya conclusion. Ya, okay. That's the last paragraph is the conclusion. Okay, now to text B. So text B is talking about fighting the battle against drugs. Okay. So first paragraph, can you scan the first paragraph and tell me what is the part? The use of drugs, blah blah blah. What is it? Introduction, of course. And then what about the next paragraph? Fred and Cocaine have 3 similar events. Okay? Ya kan? Berarti itu nanti kan paragrafnya menceritakan tentang apa? Efek yang sama antara correct and okay. Right. Kemudian the next paragraph. Nah, despite correct and contain similarities, they have three major differences. Ya, kalau yang paragraf sebelumnya ngomongin similarities-nya, and then the next paragraph should talk about the differences. Ya, equal juga dia. Kalau yang similarities-nya tadi itu 3 yang disebutkan, differences-nya ya at least 3 juga. Dan the last paragraph? Conclusion. Right. Now you understand the differences between text A and text B, right? Okay. So which one do you think uses point by point method? Text A or text B? Text A. You're right. Ya, text A tadi kan yang diceritakan by point-pointnya ya. And then berarti text B menggunakan block method. Good. It's not difficult, right? Okay. Okay. So the conclusion for today's meeting is that the structure of a comparison and contrast essay is first one, introduction. There's body. Body hanya boleh satu atau gimana? No, yeah, you can elaborate more points in next bodies of paragraph. And then the third part is conclusion, right? And then this is the pattern if you use point by point method in writing comparison and contrast essay. So the first one should be the introduction, the second one itu ada body. Nah, body itu misalkan ada 3 body. Body pertama you explain about point 1, and then body number 2 you explain about point number 2, and body number 3 you talk about point number 3. Then you close the essay using conclusion. Okay, and then the block method. This is the simpler one, I think. Yeah, the first one should be introduction, and then the second one itu body. Nah, body itu pertama biasanya yang dijelaskan adalah similarities-nya. Similarity 1, 2, 3, and so on. And body number 2 should be differences 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then it is closed with concluding paragraphs. That's all for today ya teman-teman. So if you were asked to make a conclusion about today's materials, first of all, who can explain what a comparison and contrast essay is? What do you think about comparison and contrast essay? It is an essay which presents similarities and also differences between two objects. Biasanya ada two objects yang dibandingkan. Kemudian tadi ada how many organization in a comparison and contrast essay? 3 organizations. The method. Two, right? The first one, point by point method, and then the second one, block method. Very good. Do you remember the organization of the point by point method? Do you remember the first one? Should be introduction, ya, and then body isinya apa kalau point by point? Ya, betul sekali. And then the last one, conclusion. Very good. And then the next method, the block method, the first paragraph, introduction also, and then the next paragraph should be body. Nah, kalau untuk yang block method, ingat ya, biasanya hanya ada 2 body paragraph ya. Yang pertama mungkin menceritakan similarities-nya dulu, and then the next paragraph itu akan menceritakan tentang differences-nya. Tuh, kemudian the last paragraph should be conclusion. Itu ya teman-teman ya. Semoga nanti teman-teman, next week teman-teman akan membuat comparison and contrast essay sendiri. Oke, seperti biasa. Nah, now I would like to ask you, is there any question from today's material? Okay, Aulia, please. Dana?
Okay, I want to ask about, are there any specific characteristic that differentiate between comparison and contrast essay from the other text?
Okay, very good, very nice, very interesting question. So, for comparison and contrast essay, itu ada yang namanya signal words. Ya, signal words itu apa? Itu adalah kata-kata atau frase-frase yang nanti akan menjadi karakteristik spesifik dari comparison and contrast essay itu. Nah, signal words itu apa aja? Kalau teman-teman penasaran, signal words dari comparison and contrast essay itu apa aja? You should come to next week meeting. Ya, this is what we will discuss on next meeting, teman-teman ya. On 14 meeting, you will learn about signals words for comparison and contrast essay, and also you will make your own comparison and contrast essay. Yeah. Okay. And then, now the procedure for writing comparison and contrast essay for next week, seperti biasa, the first one you will make an outline dulu ya. Jadi garis besar dari comparison and contrast essay itu diformulasikan dulu ya teman-teman. Kemudian yang kedua, you will make the first draft. Tulisan pertama dulu, tulisan awalnya teman-teman nanti dibuat dalam sebuah draft. And then the next one, you will have a discussion with me and also with your friends ya. And then you will get feedbacks from the discussion. Jadi nanti misalkan kurang apa ini perlu di-improve seperti ini, itu mungkin bisa dipertimbangkan untuk finalizing the essay. Jadi nanti akan teman-teman next week akan melakukan beberapa hal ya untuk membuat and then apa sih kriteria atau apa saja yang nanti akan dinilai dari pembuatan comparison and contrast essay tersebut. Nah, ini dia kriterianya teman-teman. Of course, I will evaluate about the organization. Apakah sudah betul paragraf satunya itu tentang introduction, kemudian the next paragraph itu apakah benar tentang body paragrafnya, atau dan juga yang terakhir apakah benar itu berisi tentang conclusionnya. Kemudian ada level of content. Itu saja teman-teman nanti kedalaman isi dari comparison and contrast essay-nya itu apakah dalam atau dangkal atau seperti apa. Gitu. Kemudian development-nya apakah sudah betul. Kemudian grammar and also the mechanics. I also give points for that. Kemudian ada style-nya. Style teman-teman, style menulis setiap orang itu kan berbeda-beda ya teman-teman. Nanti akan saya evaluate juga ya, akan di skor juga style menulisnya itu apakah levelnya bagaimana ya, kurang lebih ini teman-teman the things that we will discuss next week on 14th meeting ya. Thank you so much Andre and everyone here ya. I'll see you again next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.